hope it's not too loud. Okay, hey ladies, welcome. My name is Emma. If you're new to my channel, hello. We talk about self-development, self-love, confidence, yada yada yada, everything in that whole thing. But I don't wanna make the intro too long. I mean, I never really do, but I want to talk about what I'm going to talk about, so I'm going to talk about it. Excuse me, I am still recovering from a cold slightly, so I might be a little breathy, but other than that, we're golden, we're good. Let's get into it. How to protect your energy. Now, before I was gonna do this video, I was thinking about the specific group that I wanted to apply this to. Like, I was thinking from people that you know aren't good for you, guys that you know aren't good for you, blah 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 blah. But honestly, this can be applied to everything, and I don't really need to make it a minute topic because I want to expand the horizons as much as I can to help as many people as possible. So we're just gonna get into it right off the bat with just some basic facts about why your energy is important. And you have to understand that the presence and the energy, and by energy I mean like how you make other people feel based off how you feel like inside, that's your energy. It is beyond material value. You cannot put a label, like a money amount, on the energy that you bring to the table, okay? It is a creation. It can create things. I mean, you can create life. You cannot put a dollar value on that at all. So you need to recognize that in yourself, that you have inherent value just by being alive. Do you know the odds that you're even alive right now? Insane. Google it after, because I don't remember, but it was somewhere in the billions, trillions, okay? You were meant to be here for a reason. You were meant to be on this earth. You have inherent purpose. You don't have to have like a goal or purpose in life, like something you're striving for Jesus Christ, in order to be inherently worthy, okay? You need to recognize that in yourself. And because your energy is precious, that automatically ensues, is that the word? You know what, I don't give a fuck. It implies that you need to take care of that. Your energy is precious, it is fragile, it's not to be given to everybody. Not everybody can have access to your energy, okay? That's literally the definition of precious. Do you ever see Gucci or Louis Vuitton go on sale? Gucci bag on sale, 50% off Black Friday. No. High quality things don't have a sale. This is the value. You either come with the money, you either come at it correct, or you don't get access to it. Plain and simple. They can get mad. Oh, no, fuck that. No. Not everybody gets access to you. That is you set that for yourself, okay? You can either set the bar as low as you want or as high as you want. It's completely your choice. It's just gonna you're gonna have certain levels of people come into your energy space, okay, depending on where your standards are. And I'm gonna get into boundaries in the end of the video. But it's all self-determined by you. You get to decide what kind of people get to be in your space, get to be in your energy field. Another thing with your energy is you only have so many fucks to give in a day. You don't have an unlimited bottle of energy to give out to everything, everyone, every situation, all the time, forever. No. You know a good way to think about and find out how many fucks you're giving? If you have internal balanced peace, you feel good in your body, you feel good in your mind, you feel like nobody's asking too much of you, you're not asking too much of yourself, and you have the internal peace, good. You've balanced out how many fucks you have. to give and to give to yourself, okay? When you're in a state of burnout, you've given out way too many fucks to way too many different situations and people that do not deserve to have your energy. You cannot help people. You cannot give them love without first giving that to yourself. Do you know how to fill your energy cup? You give it to yourself. You love yourself. You spend time with yourself. You take care of yourself first. That's why people who are so ridden with anxiety and depression and just like constant state of worrying have no energy, okay? There's no energy being given to themselves. There's no energy. There's no internal peace there, okay? I get it. I've been there, but I got through it. And you can too. There's only, it's a balancing scheme, really. Not a scheme, more like a game. It's a balancing game. The more love you give to yourself, the more respect, the more worth that you apply to who you are innately, the more energy you're gonna have on your day-to-day. And the more energy you can give to the people that you love, the more you can give out love. The more you have it in yourself, the more you can give it out to other people, okay? And lastly, with just like the facts of energy, is it does determine, hold on, let me just get this out. It does determine how people perceive you. You can tell how someone feels about themselves just by the energy they carry with them when they're walking into a room. I cannot tell you how many people I've met who were like, whoa, I did not think you were 17. Like, I thought you were way older, like 20, 21. And it's because I carry myself differently. I don't carry myself like a 17-year-old. I don't do dumb shit for the most part. I mean, I have my fun, but that's private. But it's in your mannerisms. It's in the way you talk. It's in the way that you hold eye contact with other people. It's how you dress, how you do your hair. It's like, yes, there's a physical part of it, but there is an energetic field around you. You have an aura. Have you ever, like, when you're hanging out with different people, you get different feelings when you're with that person? That is their energy. You guys are just like feeding off of each other's energy and experiencing one another, because we all have different energies around us. And I know I'm saying that word a lot, but come on now. This whole video is about energy. I'm gonna say it a lot. It's a real thing. And it works both ways. When you are feeling good, when you're feeling positive, abundant, like everything's working out for you, that is feeding out into the universe. If you're feeling really anxious and depressed and you're focusing on the negative, guess what? You're gonna get more of that at you. You're gonna get more negative thoughts if you keep on entertaining negative thoughts. You're gonna get more positive thoughts if you keep on entertaining positive thoughts. It's just how it works. You can get mad about it, you can get upset about it, or you can accept that that is how it works and use the system to your advantage. Okay, I have 3 main points that I want to cover on how to protect your energy. And the first one is you need to get good at being alone. The reasoning for this is because you're going to slowly start to realize mainly your mind is going to slowly start to realize that you're safe when you're alone. You're not gonna die. You're not gonna like go get killed by wolves or bears or some other predator. You're okay. We have all of this built-in programming and structure from long time ago, where we're very dependent on other people. We're dependent to feel safe from other people, to feel love, to feel, all the good hormones, serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, yada, yada, yada. So you need to show yourself that it's okay when you're alone. Like, you can still feel safe, you can still feel loved, you can still feel even okay when you're alone. This is important because when we're gonna go cut off the people, you know, snip snip, who aren't good for us, we're gonna be in a more like okay spot to do that when we've already trained ourselves that we don't need like so many people around us as fillers in order to function as like a human being, to be okay, to like not be so like alone, like feeling so isolated and alone if we don't have like 20 different friends to call up at any given time. And by distancing yourself from people, there's a few categories that I have, like people that I personally have learned and like that I cannot be around these people. Otherwise, they will drag me down so far that it takes me back to the dark ages, okay? So there's, I can only really think of 3. I'm sure there's like more categories of people that aren't good for you, but these are the main 3 that kind of pop up in my life occasionally where I'm like, okay, like, fuck no. Boundary, I'm not interacting with you. I don't want a relationship of any kind with you. By relationship, I mean friendship, I mean acquaintance, I mean like contact. Like, I don't want this person to exist in my life. So number 1, people with awful, and I mean like debilitating mental health and self-esteem. I cannot have a friendship with these kinds of people. I have worked too damn hard on my own journey to get out of like the hell hole of hell in here, to get to a space of mental peace and like being okay with being in myself. It is not fair to myself to associate with those people anymore. And at first, I felt a lot of guilt for saying this because like, oh, what, like people with bad mental health issues like don't deserve love and like respect. And no, that's not what I'm saying. You need to distance yourself energetically from these people, okay? You need to create boundaries within yourself. I said in another video, a lot of boundaries aren't spoken, okay? They're like internal knowings that other people can feel off of you. This gets a little iffy when it comes to a family member, and I'm not going to dive into that because like I'm not qualified to talk about that. This is just like my personal experiences and what I find. So I'm speaking of it lightly. I'm not speaking of it in like very serious terms, okay? So people who are suffering want to find other people who are suffering as well. It is way better to suffer with someone than to suffer alone. When I was going through it, I did not want to be around people who were happy and who were good and had like great mental health. No, you know why? Because that made me feel like super shitty about my own situation. I'm like, okay, like they get to have that and I'm in this like deep dark place, like fuck no, like fuck them. That was my mindset, okay, when I was suffering. I wanted people who were going through it just like me so that I could feel better about my own situation, okay? So if you're in a good headspace and you happen to find someone who's in a bad mental space, they will try to take your energy for themselves, because at the end of the day, we all just want to feel better. We want to feel good, okay? Anything we do is to feel better. We do self-love to feel more self-love. We do our skincare to feel better about our appearance. You know, it all comes down to like craving a feeling state. So they're going to take that from you. They're going to take your happiness, your optimism, your positivity, and they're going to want it for themselves, okay? The best thing that you can do for you and for them is to create distance. And yes, I do believe that there should be physical distance as well, because it's really difficult to energetically be detached from somebody, when you're in close proximity with them all the time, okay? Environment always wins. You are a combination of the top 5 people around you. So you know what's gonna happen, babe? If you surround yourself by people with bad mental health and like insecurity, you're going to be constantly trying to affirm them, validate them, like telling them, no, 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 like you're beautiful, like it's okay, like it's okay to suffer. No. It is not your responsibility to fix people. It is not your responsibility to take care of other people's emotions. You can be there for them and be like a supporter, and like if they need like some like support, I don't know another word for that, occasionally, that's a different story. Like, I'm not saying that you have to deal with everything by yourself, but when it's a constant, like everyday thing, it's time to cut ties. It's time to cut ties. No. Don't do that to yourself. You don't have to make yourself suffer. Okay? It's not your obligation. Just because you are in a good mental state, it doesn't mean you should feel guilty for like not being in a bad mental state so you can like be more like some of your friends. Like, no, you don't have to do that to yourself. I give you permission. You don't have to do that to yourself. And honestly, I feel like that's one of the biggest acts of self-love you can do, is to protect your mental health. You have to prioritize yourself and put yourself first. You're the only one who's going to be living in your body, in your mind, from the day you were born to the day you die. So you best take care of the people that you allow to be infused into your life, infused into your energy, infused into your mind, okay? That is your responsibility and your responsibility alone, and you get to make the choice of who you want and allow to be in that space, okay? And don't compromise that for anybody. I don't care if it's your parents, your sister, your best friend telling you that, like, no, like you don't need to cut this person off, like you don't need to do that. Like, if you know it's the best decision for you, do it. Do it. Okay, another kind of person that I like cannot be friends with, otherwise like it's just bad, is people, when you hang out with them, you feel worse when they leave, whereas like before they came over. Okay, so like let's say like, you guys are hanging out and you're feeling good, you're feeling confident, you're feeling like on top of the world, and like you're just like in your zone, in your vibe, in your energy, and then like this person comes over and they hang out, and when they leave, if you ended up feeling like insecure or just like down or just like sad or upset or just like off, like you can't even describe your feeling, you just feel off, that is a telltale sign that person, bad news, bad apple, not gonna mesh with your life very well, okay? And I want to reiterate over and over that it is okay to not be friends with everybody. I feel like there's this narrative in society that we have to like be friends and work with every single personality. But girl, sometimes there's personalities that I just don't fuck with and I don't want to be around. You don't have to force yourself to be around certain people. I don't believe in finding the joy in suffering. Okay? I believe if you're in a situation that makes you suffer, you find a way to change it. You're not a tree. You can move. You can make different choices. You can find different people. There's 8 billion people. You think you can't find one person that is like happy, loving, optimistic, will treat you with kindness and respect and loving and loves himself? There's plenty of people. There's an abundance of those kinds of people out there, okay? Don't surround yourself with the negative ones. Oh, and lastly, narcissists. This one's like kind of hard to uncover sometimes because they make you feel such a high and such a low. Like when you're like, when it comes to friendships with someone who's like a little bit on the narcissistic side, like one day you'll be feeling like on top of the world and like literally so happy with them and like the best memories, like laughing till you can't breathe, and then the next you'll be questioning everything. Like, do they even like me? Like, are we even like friends? Like it's bad. I shouldn't be laughing. It's bad. So little, like, something that I've noticed when it comes to narcissists is they won't ask you questions. Like, when you meet up or like hang out, blah blah blah, like they will literally just go on a tangent about themselves. Or like, if you somehow have the conversation on you for like half a second, they'll somehow always flip it back to themselves. I don't i don't know how they do it, but it always happens. Like, find people who you're able to have like a mutual conversation. You're able to talk about their life and like everything that's going on with them, and like, yeah, yada yada, they're great. And then they also ask you questions about your life. What's so great about your life? Like, what's been going on with you? You know, like it goes two ways, you know? Question, answer, question, answer. Like, that's like the basics of conversation. If you're like with someone, you're talking and they're only talking about themselves, like, is that even a conversation? You're literally, you know what? I might as well just like leave and you can have like your little solo podcast by yourself. Like, no. It's so draining. It is so draining to sit and like actually listen to somebody for I kid you not, like a half hour going off on a tangent of like something they're passionate about, but like that happens every single day. No, I can't deal with it. I don't like it. And they always make you question your worth too. Like, when it comes to the highs and lows, when you're with a narcissist, like, you will never ever feel good enough around them. Like, that's bleeding into the whole not being around people who leave you worse off than where you were like starting. Like, you can go into the conversation feeling like good, happy, giddy, and then like leave it feeling like, what the fuck, who am I? Am I good enough? I'm not good enough. They will make you feel like that. So the best thing you can do for yourself is just to not get involved. Like, no, I see you and I'm gonna stay away. I'm gonna stay away. Like, it's okay to do that. Okay, another way, my second way on how to protect your energy is self-regulation. So by self-regulation, I mean consistently doing the things that regulate your nervous system. There's so many ways that you can do this. One of them, grounding outside. Grounding is literally just like put your feet in soil, sand, or water, or like something that like connects to the earth, okay? And literally just like be there. Okay, it's very healing. That the powers of nature. Okay, you can also do meditation. You can do breath work. You can do journaling. You can do affirmations. You can do dancing. Like, there's so many ways. Literally, just like Google on YouTube or something like nervous system regulation, and like you will get so much information about it. It can be as little as like 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, and the impact it'll have is huge. Huge. So many studies to back this up. Okay? And I put this on my list. Like, self-regulation is hot as shit. Oh my god. If when someone's able to rely on themselves to process their own feelings and emotions in a very healthy way, what is more attractive than that? Like, somebody who can like not rely on you to like fix all their issues, but like someone who is good in themselves, like that is so freaking magnetic. Like, people will pull towards you, like the right people will pull towards you, you know, because like attracts like. Just like I said earlier in the video, where like suffering people will find other suffering people, like the happy positive people will find the other happy positive people. It's literally just how things work. You can like look at it anywhere. Have you ever seen like a group of like emo kids and they're with other emo kids, right? You see like the group of like really pretty girls, like they're with other really pretty girls. Like, it's just like, or like the frat boys, they're with other frat boys, you know? You don't see them hanging out with like the engineering nerds. Like, you don't see any of that. Like attracts like. People will always be attracted to other people of the same like, of the same mind, of the same like interests and energy. I've just energetics, honestly. Okay, and when you're self-regulating, nothing's going to be able to penetrate your internal like state of being. You're going to be bulletproof. Somebody can come at you sideways and you're just gonna like be like you're gonna duck, you know, like it's not gonna bother you because when you protect your energy, things that you protect, it's giving a silent message that I am valuable. You only protect things that you love, that you value, that you like think is precious. So when you start to protect your internal feelings, like you will grow confidence and respect for yourself as a byproduct. So it's just like, it's really helpful. Okay, it's really helpful and it feeds into just loving yourself when you protect your energy. Not only that, but when it comes to nervous system regulation, you're just gonna feel better. I don't even need to tell you. I know that you've heard that meditation's good for you, that going on walks is good for you, that working out your body is good for you. Like I'm just like repeating information and like saturating in people's minds because it is. The fact of the matter is you feel better when you do these things consistently. It's just like the discipline to actually do them and the remembering to actually do them. That is the deciding part of whether you actually get to experience those benefits. Okay, and the last thing on how to protect your energy is to have boundaries with people and to say no. I believe that we should have standards in all areas of our lives, not just romantic relationships. Okay, it's really pushed to have like standards when it comes to that area of life, and yes, of course have standards there, but this video is kind of veering heavily towards friendships and protecting your energy within that, because that is like the font of relationship that we will have reoccurring most in our life. Okay, we're gonna have more friendships than we're gonna have romantic relationships in our life most of the time. I'd say, you know, it's the rule, not the exception. But the bare minimum of like boundaries and standards to have is somebody who is respectful of your time, puts in mutual effort into like spending time with you, you know, like finding time in their schedule to hang out with you. Because if they're pulling the, oh, sorry, like I've been busy card, nobody, absolutely nobody, not even Elon Musk is too busy for people that he really values and prioritizes in his life. Okay, if people like truly genuinely want to spend time with you, they will find time to spend with you. Okay, no matter how busy their schedule is, it's just people will find time, people will make time. Oh yeah, someone who's actually interested in your life, someone who asks you questions about you, who listens to you, who doesn't just always flip the conversation onto themselves. Yeah, that is a bare man, I'm getting stiffly. It's a bare minimum thing, okay? You deserve at the bare minimum to have someone who listens to you and who cares about what you have to say. And then someone who treats you with kindness and respect. Like, I can't even believe I'm saying these things, but at the same time, I think it's important I do, because I need to reiterate the fact that these should be givens. Like all of these, like those 5 things that I just said are to be given freely to people. You do not need to work to earn love or like time with somebody. Like, no, those are things that are given freely. And like, whether or not these seem like too much to ask for or not enough to ask for is completely determinant on your value that you assign to yourself. If you have very like high self-esteem and high value, these things are gonna sound like, yeah, of course, like duh, like why are you even like saying that, because those are just givens. Like, shouldn't anybody, like any friendship or relationship, give that to you in your life? But if you have like a lower self-esteem, or you're not quite, you know, there yet, and we're working towards it, you might feel a little bit more like, oh, like, I don't really feel like there's like that many people that will treat me like that, or like, oh, like maybe like if they give like 2 or like maybe 1, like that's okay if those things, like, no, these things are just, if someone were to treat me how they treated, like with these things on this list, that is treating me like a decent human being, okay? What treat humans with kindness, love, respect their time, put effort into seeing them, like that is treating someone like a human. Okay, you deserve to be treated like a human. You know, you're not a dog, you're not a cat, you're not a rat in the sewer. You deserve to be treated well. You deserve to be that. And the way you're gonna get that treatment, excuse me, the way you're gonna get that treatment is by upgrading your energy. It's by protecting your energy. Do not allow people to come into your energy field that do not deserve to be there, that are not on the same vibration or frequency that you are. You have worked too hard to get to where you are. You don't need some fuckers coming in and screwing that up, okay? And yes, you may have like less quantity of people around you, but the quality will be so much higher. One of the lessons that I've learned in life is that I don't need to have like 20 different friendships in order to feel like safe and loved. Like, you really only need like a few like really high quality, good, solid bond friendships to feel good and to feel like secure in that area of your life, okay? All right, I'm getting a little too sniffly, plus that's like pretty much everything that I want to talk about, but I hope that you took some advice from this. I hope that it helped you. Let me know. You can leave a comment, tell me what you learned from it, or like what you want to hear in the future. Like, subscribe. I don't really care, you know, like you're gonna do what you're gonna do. But yeah, thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon. Bye.